Next part was the active lectures. So, typical university lecture thing, I would have my cute drawing slides. So the first slides I made, there's a typo in it, which made me very proud that no one noticed. But what lectures were, there was just a bunch of cute slides where we went through the concepts that they've experienced in the pre-lecture video, in the notebook, and we tried to sort of go and understand them. There was also, half of it was talking about concepts, half of it was sort of interactive exercises, where I would do think, pair, share, which is similar to 1, 2, 4, all. Is the idea where I ask everyone to have a think, which is similar to 1, 2, 4, all. Is the idea where I ask everyone to have a think for a minute, then discuss it with the person sitting next to them. I on purpose made them sit in pairs as well. Like everything was in pairs and dots. So then, for example, the arrows weren't there. This was a lesson about objects. If you have a card, so you have two cards, what can they differ by? They can differ by the drawing, where they were made. You can differ by, was it the ace or a king, and so on. Basically, that took us to the objects and classes. There's no point of coding something if it won't help you distinguish from one to the other, if it doesn't make the boat go right or left. So in lectures, there was basically a lot of images. I discovered Envato. It's an open source image library, they're royalty free, and there's like thousands and thousands of amazing photographs. So my slides were just like really, really cute and full of food metaphors. Halfway through, I realized half of my students don't cook. I had to change some lectures because they were based on car metaphors, and it turned out no one's driving. And some of them were American as well, so that this thing was a concept that I haven't really interacted with that much. Anyway, so these were my lectures. I tried to go for a 50-50 split. If we'll have a minute, which it looks like we want, I brought some slides I could show you, but we probably won't have time for that. That's basically it during the lectures. They were very straightforward. They were, undergrads were 1 hour long, postgrads were 2 hours long. So for postgrads, the interactive bits were much longer, which could have been another reason why that course did much better. This is an example slide where we spoke about objects, how the workshop actually contains a bunch of those, which contain a bunch of those, which contain a bunch of those. And you can go really, really deep in there. But however deep you're going to go, you'll find some sort of objects. That was the type of concept that I would have seen coded, and that's when we discussed it together. That was another one that's about data cleaning. You gather your grapes, so you basically gather your data, you prepare them and clean up the data. You do your ML, so machine learning, and sort of figuring out your insights, and then it's about how you present it. So one of their projects was about this. So there was lots of basically drawings and talking, the metaphors, and I love food, so hey. This was about reading code. How code goes from the top to bottom, but an if statement can make it go around this stone this way or that way.